Now, back when I started doing YouTube, I was under the illusion that if you just were to debate a leftist, surely you can calm them down. Like, surely you can show them that reality is not what they believe. Surely you can make them more rational. And the problem that I encountered was that leftists just didn't want to debate. Like, it didn't matter where you'd go. They had this idea, no platform for fascists. They would label you a fascist, they would ostracize you, and they would refuse to engage. And I was like really excited to engage. Like, I wanted to talk about diversity, right? Like, I wanted to ask them, like, why do you believe diversity only comes from different races? Like, why can't 7 white people in a room be diverse if 3 of them are from the rural area, 2 of them are from Eastern Europe, the rest of them are from New York, right? Like, why doesn't that provide diversity? Why do you think representation is important? Like, why is it that every single movie needs to have a character that looks mid? How does that bring more money into the profit margins, right? And none of them wanted to discuss this. They would say racist jokes normalize racism, and I wanted to ask, well, don't you think censorship normalizes censorship? But the interesting thing is, after a while, you have like various terms of service on social media that basically ban people for stuff that they wouldn't have gotten banned in 2016. And then the leftists wanted to debate, right? So in a world where you have Hassan Piker saying literally whatever the fuck he wants, in a world where you have Destiny basically saying that Trump supporters deserve getting shot, you now have to go on a debate and you gotta walk on eggshells. Because if you say something upsetting, you get a TOS violation while they keep having a platform. And this is what I refuse to engage anymore. It's like, I'm not going to debate with someone that I can't call him a slur. I can't call him homosexual in his face if he behaves in a manner that's homosexually worthy, because I get banned while they get to say stuff like they hope Trump supporters get shot. It's kind of like fighting with one hand behind your back. And so, like, I just flat out refuse to engage. I do not debate leftists anymore, specifically because of the TOS. Now, if they want to go have a drink at a pub, with me and Father O'Malley, like, sure, we can have a debate, and then I can do, like, a level of hate speech that will crush their souls. Like, they think their take on having Trump supporters getting shot is edgy. Like, my brothers in degeneracy, like, you have no idea what takes I'm capable of. Like, I have actually read some of the French Revolution and their pamphlets, and I am capable of a level of hate speaking that your ancestors would have been proud on. But the reason that I'm bringing this up is, as you can see here, like, Dev has tagged me, and he's saying that I know all of you guys disagree with the idea that Trump is the greatest threat to free speech that America has seen in a generation. And I was like, wow, really? Okay, so, like, you genuinely believe that out of all the things you can say, like, Trump is actually more of a threat to free speech than Joe Biden was. I mean, that's interesting. I will now explain to people, and to Dev specifically, since I know he's watching this video, why people believe he is bad faith. Okay, because, like, maybe he doesn't believe himself that he is bad faith, because he's banning people on his Discord server that claim he is bad faith. But I will show you in real time, I will show you live why people believe that he is bad faith. Because I actually, for once, decided to demean myself and actually engage with this concept in good faith, right? So, if we are to assume that Donald Trump was worse to free speech than anything else in America in a generation, then in order to debunk this, I would have to show anyone besides Donald Trump in the last generation that was actually a worse threat to free speech than Trump, right? And by doing this, I just debunked the premise. And so I told Dev, it's like, can you name me 20 content creators that got banned due to casual views under the Trump administration? Because I can easily name 20 people that got social media death during the Jack Dorsey administration, right? And so Dev is saying, it's like, do you remember that I was one of them? I lost my channel for 3 months in late 2020 due to hate speech. had to petition YouTube to get it back. Now, again, for those of you that are in the know, Jack Dorsey was a Democrat operative. Like, he was doing censorship on behalf of the left, right? Like, Jack Dorsey banned Donald Trump from Twitter. All of social media banned Donald Trump from Twitter. Like, this easily shows that the social media giants were not censoring on behalf of Donald Trump. And the Twitter files do show that actually the government, the US government, was doing backroom deals with social media in order to ban people. And I even had a discussion with Dev when we were playing Dungeons and Dragons. And we basically established that Dev thought like, no, the government has a right to ask, while I was saying no, like the government should use the court and the public record, and if they want to censor social media, they should do legislation to do that, but they shouldn't do it in backroom deals. And no, like the government doesn't just ask. You guys remember that, right? That was my thing. Meanwhile, Dev is now basically saying that he got banned during the Trump administration for hate speech in order to counter my claim. So, like, notice how the debate is going, right? The original claim is that Trump has done the worst imaginable for free speech. My claim is like, can you name me like 20 people that got banned under Trump? What I'm actually trying to say is like, name me 20 people that got banned because of Trump, right? Like, because of his administration. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're a charitable person, even though I didn't use the correct letters, right? Even though, like, I misspoke. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, who got banned because of Trump's policies? That's what I'm trying to say. And so Dev says, well, I got banned for hate speech. Okay, right? When did you get banned for hate speech? Well, he got banned in the last month in 2020. And it's like, okay, so the last month of 2020... Isn't that the month when, like, Joe Biden won the elections? And isn't that the month where Donald Trump got banned from social media? And so, like, people are basically saying, well, yeah, well, you don't understand because, like, this was still under Trump. And it's like, look how, like, the entire spirit of the conversation has just went to shit over a quote-unquote internet debate. This is why you don't debate people on the internet. You know, after years of doing it, I have finally realized what it's about. It's not about, like, the essence, right? Like, the spirit of the conversation. Like, trying to figure out, did Trump genuinely presented a danger for free speech? No, the essence is like, oh, can we catch someone on a technicality? Did he misspeak? It's like, okay, well, I mean, sure, you know, if you want to do that, go do that. But I don't believe that this is a productive use of my time. And I also, at the end of the day, don't believe that I need to prove that the Democrats under COVID have pushed for some of the worst censorship that I have ever seen in my life, where you had people getting banned for, like, the smallest stakes, some of which turned out to be true, right? And they have created the censorship industrial complex on the internet, and this is self-evident. Like, I don't feel like I need to prove this. I don't believe that there are so many people against what I'm saying, that what I'm saying is revolutionary and I need to persuade everyone. I believe that there's already a sufficient amount of people that genuinely believe that the Democrats were worse when it came for censorship, and I don't need to debate anything. Like, my work here is done, you know? Like, I already made videos about it. I already exposed it. People saw the videos. They agree with me. Unless something changes, like, unless I see that all of a sudden most people start believing that, well, actually, Trump is worse for free speech than the Democrats, then maybe I will decide to get back into the ring. But up until that point, no, I'm really satisfied with the way the culture is. Like, yes, I do think that people are holding the Democrats responsible for creating censorship, for fostering a system where cancel culture exists, right? So, like, what is it for me to gain, right? Like, I'm already in the world that I want to be. But more than that, like, look at this. I already made the video about this, right? So, like, here you have, like, Dev putting me on notice for not agreeing with the ICE protests, right? And he's basically complaining that the government is doxing the ICE protesters who are doxing the government enforcers. And then Dev is saying, well, doxing isn't actually illegal. Again, I'm sorry, I can't participate in these types of debates. Like, first of all, like, the person that I'm debating with needs to be consistent. Like, he genuinely needs to believe shit. I don't think Dev believes this shit. I think, like, he just wants to say nasty things about ICE, which is fine. You know, like, if you want to do that, go into the market and shout nasty things about ICE. But, like, if you want to debate, like, have some actual positions that you understand them, you believe them, that's the most important part, and you're willing to defend them, right? But, like, again, he's upset that the government is doxing the ICE protesters, who's doxing the government enforcers, but he doesn't think that doxing is a problem. I don't know what to make of this. But then he basically says that all officers' identities should be publicly available. No secret police in a free society. And I basically explained to him, my brother in Christ, like literally every single society out there right now that matters, right? Maybe not Liechtenstein and Lithuania, but all of them have police with masks on. Like, they have elite forces, elite enforcers that have masks on. Like, this is common procedure. You cannot tell me that you lived on planet Earth and you've seen this since the 90s and you haven't brought it up until now. Like one day, you know, when you were like 35 years old, you just woke up and you're like, but why does Trump have mass police officers? I refuse to believe that's the case, okay? This is why people think it's bad faith. Like, if you genuinely had the problem with it, chances are you would have brought it back up 10 or 15 years ago. But then Dev is saying it's entirely inappropriate to use these forces against average citizens. Okay, so now he's backtracking, right? Like, we went from all officers' identities should be publicly available, no secret police in a free society. We have given up this ground, right? Like, he has retreated, and now it's like, well, it's okay. Like, in some cases, I guess free societies can have secret police, right? Like, we conceded this. But they can't be used against average citizens. And so, like, a simple Google search with, like, Canadian riot police, you can see them having their faces covered. German riot police, they have their faces covered. Literally, every single riot police, actually, in the Western world has their faces covered, right? So what does Dev do with this? Well, now he's not even saying, okay, I was wrong, right? Like, I don't even get that satisfaction. He's not basically saying, okay, you know what? You're right, I was wrong. No, instead he changes the subject. He's now, when it was a trucker protest, we understood the problem. Now that it's ICE, he's conveniently ignoring the problem. So, like, completely different accusation, right? So what the fuck am I doing here? Am I a bitch boy to just, like, listen to you hurling accusations and I constantly have to, like, write walls of text to defend it? This is why I don't want to debate, right? It's fucking retarded. Like, what do I gain out of it? Just to go there and be next to an inquisitor that, like, constantly hurls accusation, and when I manage to demonstrate that they're wrong, they're not admitting defeat, they're not saying, you know what, you are right, I was wrong, I should read more. No, right? It's just like you're moving on to the next point and the next point. It's like, okay, how much are you paying me then? How much are you paying me to be in these debates if like, my job is to constantly defend against someone's lunacy? Like, it's easy for you, right? Like, you just write, like, 2 sentences and look how much I need to do in order to debunk the bullshit. Like, debunking the bullshit is always more effort-intensive than just slinging 2 lines of Stockel. But yeah, okay, right. So, let's go back. When it was the trucker protest, I was okay with it. I'm not okay when it's the ICE protest, right? I don't even know why people assume that if you're right with one protest, you have to be right with every single protest. Like, it literally doesn't work that way. Like, protests have causes and reasons. I can agree with certain causes. I can disagree with others, right? Like, regardless, the protest that was the trucker protest, I was for it because I don't think the government has a right to violate doctor-patient confidentiality. I don't think that the government has a right to demand papers, please, wherever a citizen goes, right? Like, if I want to sit at a McDonald's table, I don't have to show my ID to the guy at the table, right? Like, does that make any sense? I don't want to live in such a society. I don't want to live in a society of censorship. And so, like, seeing the protesters, the truckers, I agreed with their take, right? But there are protests that I don't agree with. Like, for example, environmentalist protests that block people's roads. Why would I agree with that? Why would I support that, right? Why would I support someone that doesn't want deportations at all? Like, if they have, like, someone deporting a child trafficker, right? And they go in there and they prevent that from happening, it's not that I don't support them. I'm actively against those people. Like, I do hope that the government cracks down on those people. Like, those people are a menace. They're a danger to society. You cannot have a society governed like that, where child traffickers are protected. Like, I'm sorry, no, but just no, right? And so, like, it's one thing when you can agree with one government doing something and then you can disagree with the government doing something else. Yes, like a government that cracks down on citizens because they weren't vaccinated, I think it's a tyrannical government, right? But at the same time, a government that, when the citizens go after the enforcers of the government who are doing something absolutely legitimate, they're doing something absolutely legal, and more importantly, like they have gotten the votes of more than half of the voting base, right? Like Trump got the popular support, he got the House, he got the Senate, he got the Supreme Court, and he ran on deportations, right? Why would I agree with the protesters? No, like, I'm sorry, I don't agree with them. Yes, I do think, like, they're doing criminal activity when they block roads and when they try to organize to impede the government. Yeah, like, I think that's criminal. And so, if you can't see the difference, you know, if you're incapable, like, if your brain cannot understand what the difference is and what I'm saying, then you're wasting my time. Right? And I don't think, like, I can say anything else in order to convince you, because I genuinely believe at this point that you're bad faith. I think you do understand it, but for the sake of public appearance, you're pretending not to understand it. Because I see the videos that you're making, Dev. You do research, like, you're a smart lad. And so I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty convinced that you actually know the difference between the trucker protests and the ICE protests. You know, like, the trucker protest, as far as I remember, like, wasn't trying to dox people, wasn't harassing individuals that were going there. Meanwhile, the ICE protests have been invading churches. They have been harassing people that were just civilians sitting at restaurants. They're literally trying to make Minneapolis a one-party state. Like, the message is that if you're a Republican, you're not welcome there. They are fascists, then. By definition, they're fascists. Like, they do not support any political party that wants deportations. And I'm sorry, that can't work in a democracy, okay? It just can't work. But then you also see this, right? Like, he's saying, no, I don't want you to debate me. I want you to debate destiny. And he's basically accusing me for not having debated anyone in 2 years. And so, firstly, I didn't know that I have to perform a series of debates every year. Like, who made this law? When did I agree to it? I have debated so many people over the course of my YouTube career that I don't think that I should be compelled to debate anyone that I don't feel like it. I have more than enough certainty that I have debated more people than Dev has ever done in his entire career, right? Like, I used to go and debate people on the far right constantly. I used to go and debate any leftists that accepted constantly, like, for years. I probably have, like, more than 500 debates in total. Like, my videos are up there, people can find them. I have debated people nonstop, okay? So I don't think, like, anyone can require debates from me. Secondly, the topic of the debate, right? It's fucking retarded. Again, like, if you genuinely think that Trump is a threat to free speech more so than any other president, that's a hot take. I know for sure that most people don't believe that, so, like, it's your job to try and convince people that this is the case. Most people don't believe it. Like, they will say other things. Like, they will say Trump is bad for the economy, that Trump doing deportations is cracking on people's rights. They will say all that shit, but, like, Trump actually being against free speech, even leftists don't believe that. Even the majority of leftists do not believe that. Okay? Because, like, you can see what the UK is doing, you can see what Australia is doing, you can see what Canada is doing. Anyone that's concerned about free speech would be talking about that first and foremost before moving on to Trump. And the very fact that I don't see Destiny being concerned about that as much as he is about Trump makes me believe he just doesn't care about censorship anyway. He just doesn't like Trump supporters. Which brings me to number 2, right? Why would I debate a person that basically said Trump supporters should get shot? He didn't say it just like that, but it was like, if you're at a Trump rally and you get shot, that's a good thing, right? That is not a person that you debate. That is a mental lunatic foaming at the mouth that requires hospitalization. Like, I'm sorry, there's no point in debating such a person, right? Like, if they genuinely believe that his political opponents have to be shot, like, okay, so like what? Do I go and I get Charlie Kirk? Or what exactly is happening here? No, there is no debating such a person, right? Like, that person needs institutionalization. Like, he needs to be placed in a padded room with wolves. And to have pills that calm down the spirits being pumped into him while he goes and he takes psychiatry classes from a doctor. That's what he needs. He doesn't need debating. So no, I will not go to the debate. No, I am not interested in debating, especially someone like Destiny. The topic doesn't interest me either. If they genuinely want to debate, make a video and I'll make a response. Sure, why not? But I'm not interested in partaking into this shit show. Especially since I already debated on Twitter and I saw how it went. Let me know what you guys think though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.